Right, hi guys, Brad Donelan here from Procricketacademies. This week at the men's session, we're looking at using our feet to spin. When do you look to use your feet against a spinner? What would be the reasons you'd look to use your feet to a spinner? Right, you do it.
Manipulate the bowler's length in the field.
Oh, say that again?
Manipulate the bowler's length in the field.
Okay, trying to change the field, okay, and the bowler's length. Anything else?
If the bowler consistently.
If the bowler is pitching the ball consistently in the right place, it's a lot easier to use your feet than if he's inconsistent, isn't it? If he's inconsistent, do I generally need to use my feet? No, not potentially, because there's a lot of loose balls I can pick off without taking the risk. Because there's an element of risk in leaving the crease, isn't there? Yeah. Okay, so it needs to be calculated. We don't just do it because it's a spinner, it needs to be calculated. So if I'm facing a spinner who's continually pitching the ball on this length, and the batter, I'm finding that really difficult, looking to get forward, really watching, and I'm thinking that's a really awkward length. Okay? If I find he's pitching 2 or 4 there, and then I'm getting 2 other balls on a different line and length of the over, he's giving me 2 scoring options. So I may not need to look to use my feet to those, because I might be running down to a wicket, to a ball that's slightly short of the length, or got some width on it. But when they've got a level of consistency, it becomes a much more calculated shot. So as you can see, I'm here, okay, and I'm having to defend that length because it's a really good length. But actually, with use of the feet, I can turn that into a scoring option because by quick movement down the pitch. What we do need to work on is the processes of using the feet. Okay? When we go down the wicket, we need to have our first stride is a big one, our second stride takes us to the ball. So you're making your distance with your first stride. So if I show sideways, just for the camera, sideways is a big one, second stride takes you to the ball. Alright, so your first stride gives you the distance, that gives you the length. We all have different lengths. You will not all hit the same length of over the top. You need to work out your length, different heights for different people. Okay, so I'm here and I've got to pick that bat up, I've got to look to use my feet. The other thing we've got to ensure is our head. Our head stays still and our eyes are level. All we're actually looking at is a front foot drive, aren't we? Essentially, but 2 paces down the pitch. So the process of getting into there needs to be simplistic. Alright? So if we look at the processes of using your feet, you've got a couple of options. You can go for a little skip, where your feet go side to side, but you don't get as far forward as you would do with another option. You can go behind, one behind the other, which takes you further down the pitch, but there is an element of going behind that you actually twist and you can mess up your body shape. Okay, because ultimately we need to be in that sideways on position to play that straight drive like we would for at the crease. So your shoulders are a big issue to make sure we maintain that shape. Okay, the other way you can do it, some people go in front, but I wouldn't suggest you do that with pads, but if you feel you want to have a go, have a go. So tonight, Andy, can you got me a couple? Yeah. Okay, we're going to feed, pick up that ball. Andy's going to go down on one knee, we're using tennis balls, and we're going to look at really working hard and trying to connect with that ball. Ready? Drop. Okay, left elbow nice and high. Ready? Drop. Okay, what shape am I making with the bat? Figure 9. Okay, my figure 9 is back. Figure 9 in the back lift, using my feet, figure 9 in the follow through. Okay, if I wanted to hit that ball aerial, okay, I don't need to hit them aerial because I'm getting there. Okay, the time we go aerial is the time that's actually a little bit further and you get your hands underneath you, just drop it a bit further back from the end. So I'm here now, the length's going to slightly change and I'm going to look at hitting it a little bit aerial. Ready? Drop. Okay, again, I've got there, but because the length's changed, I get my hands to go through it and I'm hitting it over the top with a straight bat. There is no fielder sitting in between these nets. Your targets tonight are hitting dead straight, hitting down that channel because long off and long on are going to be wider than. Okay? Any questions on using your feet? Right, thanks for watching. Ready?